So the question was to find the currents in all the branches. As you can see, we have represented all the branches currents as I1, I2 and I3 respectively as shown in the figure. And in the previous videos we have seen, previous two videos we have calculated by mesh and nodal analysis method, and we have got the same results of the current, that is I1, I2 and I3, that is 4.5, 1.6 amperes and 2.9 amperes. Now we'll see the third alternate method to solve the same question by current division rule. So how to find the currents I1, I2 and I3 by current division rule or current divider rule. Sometimes it is said as current divider rule, sometimes it is said as current division rule, both are same. So first of all we will know what is current division rule, and let's come back to our problem. So first we know that the current will be same in series and currents will split in parallel, that is we'll have different values in parallel connected circuits. We know that. So current division rule we apply for finding the currents when circuit is connected in parallel. So let us take an example and look at what is current division rule. For example, suppose I have a circuit like this. You can see three resistances connected in parallel, and I have a source current Is. I have a source current, and the source current is splitting up in three different currents, that is I1, I2 and I3, which is flowing through R1, R2 and R3. Now we have to find, we will find any of the current using current division rule. Now let us find the current in, for example, this branch, that is let us find the current I2. What is I2? If we want to know what is I2, so from current division rule, I2 will be the source current, whatever the source current is there, times the total resistance, or we can say equivalent resistance, divided by in which branch the current I2 is flowing, R2 branch, so divided by R2. This is the current division rule. And what will be the value of Req? That is R equivalent is the equivalent resistance is in parallel, that is R1, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel, so R equivalent will be R1 parallel R2 parallel R3. Okay. Now example in this circuit only, suppose you don't want to find I2, you want to find the current I1. So just replace this by I1 and replace this by R1, because uh, current I1 is flowing through R1, and the R equivalent will remain same, that is the equivalent resistance of the all the resistances connected in parallel. So let's apply this formula, this rule to our given question. Now this is our circuit. So first let us find what is the source current we have. Means what is the current here? Source current I can represent it by I1. Okay, so I1 is our source current, and I1 is splitting up into I2 and I3. So for applying current division rule, first we have to know what is the value of source current, that is I1. To find out the source current, we will convert this circuit into a circuit which consists of only one single source with single resistance, and so that we can easily apply Ohm's law and find out what is the current I1 flowing here. So let us first convert this circuit into this. So we can see that 4 ohms and 7 ohms are in parallel. So this R equivalent will be, suppose we have to turn this in singles resistance, so R equivalent will be R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2, that is 4 into 7 divided by 4 plus 7. So this will be 2.54 ohms. 2.54 ohms. Now let us change this diagram accordingly, like this. Now we can see that 3 ohms and 2.54 ohms are connected in series. So the equivalent resistance is in series is R1 plus R2. So 3 plus 2.54. So this will 5.54, we will get 5.54 ohms. Now let us redraw our circuit accordingly. Now we have left with only one voltage source and one resistance. Now we can easily find what is the source current, that is I1. So we know that Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. So I will be V by R. Therefore I1 is equal to V by R. So this will be 4.5 amperes. So I1 is 4.5 amperes. Now let's get back to our original circuit and denote I1 on it. Now we have got I1 is equal to 4.5 amperes. That is our source current. We can say now I1 splits up into I2 and I3 and then goes back like this. Okay, this is the original flow of currents. I2 will flow like this, I3 will flow like this, then they will meet here and again become I1 and again go to the battery. So coming back to our problem, let's find out I2 and I3 by applying current division rule. So first let us start with the current I2. So what will be I2? According to current division rule, I2 will be the source current, that is I1, multiplied by the R equivalent divided by in which resistance the I2 is flowing. I2 is flowing in 7 ohms. So 7 ohms. And R equivalent is what? R equivalent is 4 ohms and 7 ohms. How they are connected? In parallel. So R equivalent will be 4 ohms parallel 7 ohms. That is 4 into 7 divided by 4 plus 7. Just now we have seen we were getting 2.54 ohms. Okay. This is R equivalent. So our source current was 4.5 amperes times R equivalent, we got 2.54 ohms divided by 7 ohms. So this must give the result current I2. So we are getting I2 as 1.63 amperes. So the current I2 is 1.6 amperes. Now let us similarly apply current division rule and find out the current I3. Now according to current division rule, I3 will be the source current, that is I1, times R equivalent, that is 7 ohms parallel 4 ohms or 4 or parallel 7 ohms, both are same, that is R equivalent. Because they are connected in parallel, that's why we are doing 4 parallel 7 divided by in which resistance I3 is flowing. I3 is flowing in 4 ohms of resistance, so 4 ohms. R equivalent we know, we got 2.54. So let us substitute all. I3 is source current is 4.5 amperes. R equivalent is 2.54 ohms divided by 4 ohms. So we are getting 2.857 amperes, or we can approximate it to 2.9 amperes. So the current I3 flowing is 2.9 amperes and current I2 is 1.6 amperes. So from current division rule also we are getting the same results, that is I1 is equal to 4.5 amperes, I2 is equal to 1.6 amperes and I3 is 2.9 amperes. If you are getting any doubt in exam if this is correct or not, if you want to verify using any methods, not only current division rule, for mesh analysis also, for nodal analysis also, how you can verify you got correct results or not? You can apply KCL here and see whether it is satisfying your current values or not. So let me zoom this area. Okay, so I1 is like this, I1 is going out like this and I3 is flowing like this. We know from KCL currents flowing into the node is equal to currents flowing out of the node. Now just substitute your values, that is 4.5 is equal to 1.6 plus 2.9, so 4.5 is equal to 4.5 and this we are satisfying KCL equation. That is, we have satisfied Kirchhoff current law, so our answer is 100% correct. So whether you solve it by any method, you can verify it like this. So we have solved this question by all the three methods and got the same results by all the three methods. You can apply anything in exam. Okay, thank you.